Good morning for this Thursday, October 10th. And the one trade that I've been outlining for you here for the last week or so has been the 30-year, right? The 30-year Treasury bonds, right? 30-year Treasury bonds finally has broken out of the range, right? These were the highs of the range. We were looking for a potential long if the market could close above these highs. Market certainly didn't. And then this lower line represented the bottom of the range, and we were looking to sell the market automatically on a penetration down through these two lows, right? Those two lows were 132 and 30 seconds. So a 4-tick penetration, like I mentioned, would put you at 132.18, right? We are trading at 132.02 right now, so we had a successful break to the downside. Now, as you know, the bonds trade all night, right? So you'd have to have an order in during the night session because that's when it happened. Let's flip over and take a look at this on a 5-minute chart in last night's trading, okay? This white horizontal line right here represents the break, represents the actual entry. You see that over here, 132 and 18:30 seconds right there. So last night, right, about 10:30 last night right here is when we finally got the break down through that range that we've been looking at for the last week and a half, okay? And this is where we're at right now, 132.01. So this trade so far is up 18 ticks, right? 18:30 seconds. All right, each tick, right? A tick is a minimum price fluctuation on the 30-year T-bond futures. Each 30-second is worth $31.25, right? And there's 32 ticks, or 30 seconds, in a full basis point. All right, so for those of you that aren't familiar with the T-bond futures, this is some information. So 32, right? 32 ticks in a basis point, right? In a basis point. So if you go $31.25 times 32 of them in one full point, that equals $1,000. So one full basis point, right? Well, from 132.04 to 133.04 is $1,000 move, right? So right now we're up 18, right? So 18 ticks, 18:30 seconds. So this was the entry last night, right? And this is the movement of all last night. We kind of popped up here, tested that 200, and came right back down. And now we're near the lows. Let's see where it is now. Refresh it. We're at 132.03 from an 18. So if you're up 15, excuse me, 30 seconds, 15 ticks times 31.25, you'd be at $468 if you had taken that trade so far. The most we've got out of it so far, the move went down to 132 even, the round number of 132. So the way I would manage this trade, you probably want to take it to break even, or let's go back to a daily chart. And if you want to give it a little bit more room, you definitely would want to move the stop to above the intraday high, right? The high of today is 132 and 30 seconds. So you could go to 133.01 and risk, what, 14 ticks on that. So 14:30 seconds. So it's really up to you on how you want to manage this trade. Let me give you some profit objectives. Okay, let's look at some logical profit objectives here. What I did was I measured the Fibonacci retracements of the move from this low here up to the high of the trading range, right? This upswing here. So essentially what I did, and again, I use TradeStation. I use the Fib tool's right up here. I left-clicked it. Let me do this. Again, what I do is I take the fib tool right here, left click it. If I'm looking for buy retracements or objectives to the downside, I'm going to measure from this low and measure it up to the high, and drag it up to the high rather, and then left click again. And as you can see right here, the 38.2% retracement of this upswing, right, again from this low up to this high, is right here. So we came really close. We're looking at 131 and 26/32. So we've missed it by about 4, 5, 6 ticks right here. So this is what we're looking at. That's our first objective. All right, first objective. Second objective could be just slightly above that 50% retracement. Those are two logical objectives. And just be aware that, we are back to that 50 exponential here. We've started breaking down through it. So again, a stop could either at this point be break even where you entered the market, since we've moved over a half basis point in our favor, or if you want to give it a little bit more room, you could move it down to above the high, okay, of today, which is 132 and 30 seconds. All right, so hope that helps, and I will be back with you tomorrow. Have a profitable day. Bye for now.